And welcome back, guys. We're going to be playing Bloodlines 2. Make sure to hit the like button, make sure to subscribe button. Let's get back into it.
Hey there. How's my favorite forensic department?
Fabien, it's been forever. What can I do for you?
It pains me to say this, but we've had another killing.
Oh, no. Who? Where?
Don't know yet, just on my way to the scene. Figured I'd check in, see if you'd heard anything.
I haven't, no. But you think this is Santiago?
By the way Tolly was smirking, I reckon so. I don't get it. This is like the 20s all over again. The old 20s, I mean.
I know.
I keep getting flashbacks to what happened then. Marla, Rosalind, Santiago.
The killer with the cross. You shut that case, though. You told me there were no leads. Will you reopen it?
I think someone's done that for me. I'd better get down to Pioneer Square. I'll see you later.
If there's anything I can do, well, come see me, Fabien.
I will. There was a case waiting. Off to Pioneer Square. Someone must have given me the exact address, I guess. Maybe Tolly, but it would have interrupted the whole dramatic scene with Campbell. The address I had was in a set of down-at-heel apartments, hardly ever used. My buddy Reggie was a fixture of the square, and I often dropped by for a little pick-me-up. I wondered if he'd seen any comings and goings. This place used more rebar, huh? You aren't looking too well there, buddy. Dale did like to cook, as the youth seem to call it. Made some of his own recipes, bought in others. Maybe Dale used it to scope out heavenly bodies. Either Dale was paranoid or he had guests who didn't like sunlight. I was guessing the former. Lotions and potions. Most I recognized, but one stood out. I got the fascination. It was a Bible. Never took Dale for the religious type, but then I've heard some substances take mortals closer to God. One way or another. Dale was one of those guys. You know, you've just seen him around. Talked to him a few times, maybe exchanged the latest gossip. Hit a body or two together. Dale, I'd say it's good to see you, but, you know, you being dead and all and a figment of my imagination, guess it means I don't find you at your most scintillating.
Oh, hi, Fabien. Been a while. Yeah, I've been better, though I never looked exactly healthy, did I?
Did you know the killer?
You know what? I think I did. At least, no sign of a struggle, and the door lock's still whole. Must have been someone I knew, or at least expected. Customer, maybe?
You were a ghoul, right? I'm pretty sure of that. So who was your patron? Your dummy thingy?
Who'd I drink from, you mean? It's hard to say. I don't think I ever told you, Detective.
Don't think you ever did.
Maybe a person of interest for your case?
Yeah, maybe so. How was the alchemy trade going for you?
Hard to say, isn't it, Detective? I've still got the makings of alch cookery around the place. Still got that acrid tang at the back of your throat, same as you always smelled in here. A note of butane and a cheap body spray. So, yeah, looks like business as usual.
Obvious question, I guess, but, how did it happen?
I'd say my throat was cut, and then I must have been dragged up onto this rebar. Someone rammed it through my rib cage and then hung up a cross-like decoration like the star on a frat boy Christmas tree.
Strong guy then, right? I mean, to hold you up there, force iron through you? This looks more and more like kindred. Mortals just don't have this kind of strength.
I have helped you figure out one thing, Detective. There was a reason I was killed, right?
Sure. Someone's sending a message like the others.
That, and I was probably killed by someone I knew. So, who my patron was isn't...
You got that right, little buddy. Thanks, Dale. Sorry about...
I know a guy who founded a whole religion like this. You never know. Maybe someone will write the Book of Dale.
I thought I was on the right lines already. Yeah, I wasn't going to... I figured I needed my strength for other things. Me and animals, we'd always had a special rapport. Hey there, little buddy. How's your night going? How long you been lying here? That's what I thought. I'm sorry, buddy. He didn't deserve you. If only you could tell me what was really going on.
Meow, 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 meow.
Well, yeah. It's obvious when you think about it. Someone forget to feed you. Sorry about that. Yeah, that's true. Dale did have his habits. Guess sometimes he let the real world pass him by. Did you see who killed Dale?
Meow, 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 meow.
Sorry. Hard to see anything if you don't have a pulse. Unless you're me, of course. Give me some wisdom, little cat buddy.
Meow, 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 meow.
Really? I'll have to remember that. Any clues for me? Huh? Well, that is illuminating. Thank you, little buddy. Hope you get to dream of my... Estrogen. Caution, do not take if male. If you could say one thing for the man, it's that he had an eclectic taste in clothes. Reggie.
whether you're winding down from a long day or just beginning your nocturnal immersion.
I need to find a better spot.
Reginald, my friend. Hope you're not too chilly.
All is gentle, all is calm. The world flows like a stream through the forest.
Reggie, old buddy. Anyone go into that apartment over there in the last few hours?
Huh? Well, I mean,
You okay, Reggie? This was not normal, even for Reggie. You sure you didn't see anything?
well, I thought I saw...
Something was not on his mind. That was clear. If I could take a sip, fella, I'm parched.
I have warmth to share with you, my friend.
Oh, that is exactly what I wanted.
May the night bring...
Reggie was never the sharpest tool in the shed, but something had made him even worse than usual. I didn't see the point in confusing. Oh, that would have just rolled. Let's have a peek, shall we? I know I saw it. It was. That's a solid block, Reggie, my friend. Someone has put a compulsion on you. Huh. Now that wasn't memory loss. That was a solid block. Someone had used kindred juju to seal Reggie's mouth. I wouldn't get anything from him, but I did know someone strong-willed had done this.
What I'd give for a bed.
What's cooking, Charlie? And... Hey, come... Anyone ever tell...
Night.
I didn't want to go... A visit to Mrs. Thorne always made me want to gird my loins. I wish I knew what a gird actually was. Good evening, ma'am. She seemed in a good mood. I assumed she was... You seen any murderers around the place at all?
What variety of murder, young man? Of my precious time? Of the sanctity of a bookstore? Of the English language? I fancy I could put my hand on someone guilty of all three.
Hey, I, found this potion. I thought since you were our expert on cauldrons and newt's eyes and such, you might recognize it? Something the Thin Bloods made, I'm sure.
Indeed.
Think it could be...
Memory.
memory.
Salvia officinalis. Centella asiatica, Bacopa moneri, the vulgar time, and others. Memory and clarity, detective. To cloud or to erase, to improve, to reshape.
Memory. I have the memory of it. What are those little things? Orange gills, swim around in circles, opposite of an elephant? Anyway, can you tell me who might use this, or what they need it for?
You have partial information, young man. There's a manufactured component here. Some of that modern messing about. Have you consulted Safia?
Safia? Not about this. That is a good call, Mrs. T.
Mistress Thorne, thank you very much.
I was wondering, you ever hear of a guy called Santiago? A hunter? Active here back in the 1920s. Other places before that.
Oh, long before my time in your benighted country, young man. Now, goodbye.
A quick trip up to the tower to call in on Safia, then. If anyone knew... I figured Safia would be in. She kept odd business hours, but then so did I. I'm back.
I can see that.
Well, I took a look at the scene. It was a place on Pioneer Square. I had a nice chat with the victim. Dale. Deals in thin blood elixirs. You know the guy?
Another mortal. You think this is Santiago again?
All evidence says so, and so did the corpse.
What the hell is going on, Fabien?
Someone's plotting this out like a dime novel. I picked up this potion, wondering if you could tell me about it. Found it at Dale's.
Oh, interesting. Huh, this is fascinating. Not the recipe I know.
Could you take a guess?
Yes. An enhancer, I would say. Something to magnify capabilities. To make your body work more efficiently somehow, in one way or another.
Mrs. Thorne thought it had something to do with memories.
Ah, that would make sense. A memory enhancer, yes. To make the subject's recall more acute, more capable.
A memory enhancer, huh? Now that's interesting. I wonder who might be in the market for memory potions. I can think of a few trees to shake. Nico's one for the markets. Katsumi might know, given it's a thin blood potion.
Tolly, perhaps?
Yeah, Tolly might have heard something. Although getting him to share it is never easy. Thanks. You've helped a bunch. I'll drop by later.
I'd like that.
Katsumi.
been a while. What are you doing down here?
So how's life?
Well, I don't know. It's been a while since I had one.
Well, they do say life is like a box of chocolates. Overpriced, slightly melted, and someone's always taking the toffee center.
Yeah, that'd be about the size of it.
I picked up this potion, sort of thing your folk are into. I was wondering if you knew who might be buying.
My people don't buy or sell alchemical products. You know that, Detective.
Come on, let's just, pretend they do. This is important. A man died.
Oh, hon. Bad day? Listen, if only because I don't want my people caught up in a murder rap. That's not a type I recognize. Never seen it before, not something we deal in. Okay?
Okay, thanks. I'll take your word for it.
You better.
I'll head off.
Sure.
Well, that was a dead loss. Who else might have an inkling? The piano was more out of tune than Herbert Hoover, and probably is old.
Nico knew. Hey, Nico.
Fabien! Are you out on the trail of a conspiracy? Why am I asking? With you, it is always a conspiracy. Any leads on the Umbrella Cartel and their weather-making machines? They sure screwed up this week. Have you seen the forecast?
I am always on the trail of a conspiracy, sometimes more than one. I was wondering if you could take a look at this for me.
Huh. I did not take you for a follower of Christ.
Only when I stubbed my toe. I've got a few of these now, all identical.
Yes, I see.
Associated with a few hellish scenes.
Okay. Well... Cross of St. James, yes? This particular shape?
I did know that.
It is a mix of mild steel and some of the decoration is cast in zinc alloy. Then lacquered, aged and weathered. Deliberately so.
It's not old then.
Oh no, not at all. Recently made. But made to look old, like a film prop. It's not a bad job. It would not be cheap. Properly made, none of this 3D printing.
A prop. Now that is interesting. Thank you, Nico. That's helpful. Say, do you know anything about potions? I found one. I'm told it's a memory enhancer or something like that. Would you know a likely buyer?
I'm afraid I do not. I trade in solids, not liquids.
That's what I figured. Thanks. Heard anything interesting lately?
Not at all. It's been quiet. Like the cow.
I do know what you mean.
Perhaps.
Some other time, Nico.
See you later, my friend.
I knew where...
Nothing from friend Nico. Time to burn some more shoe leather.
Detective! Well, well, Detective Fabien, as I don't live or breathe. Tell me, how's the case? Hot leads, cold bodies, reheated plots. Ooh, let me guess. You want to hear the word on the street. Pretty sure it was curbside pickup only. Something I heard your boys in blue were being real strict about on Aurora Avenue.
I know you've got some kind of problem with Benny. What's that about?
Problem with our dear sheriff? Oh, no, Detective. He's such a charmer, and so restrained and respectful, and brings joy to everyone he meets. Also beats up on little boys, if you didn't know. Nothing kinky, just for the violence.
I see.
Do you, Detective? I know your badge is dusty, but remind me, what's the wording on there?
Service, pride, dedication. It's acronym play, see? If you look at the first letters.
Must make you proud to share such dedicated service with good old Benny Muldoon.
I'm looking into the alchemy trade.
Better living through chemistry, huh? You never struck me as the type.
Thin blood alchemy. You any notion who might be buying an elixir of memory enhancement?
Memory enhancement. Oh, it'll come to me, I'm sure. Who'd need an improved memory? You know, Fabien, sometimes I'm so dull you could use me for crowd control.
Come on, Tolly. You know who uses this stuff, right?
It's on the tip of my tongue, but you know how it is. I get distracted by things I give a damn about.
Seen anything suspicious?
I don't know. Are Seattle dogs outside your culinary experience? Tubes of gristle slathered in fetid cheese and carbonized onion? It's a real public health hazard. Can't you smell it? Every time a tourist goes by, it just oozes out of their pores.
You must know something about the memory potion.
I got other things to worry about. You figure it out. That's what you're here for.
I'll see you later.
Don't be any
What secrets are we keeping, It's Willem, you failure of a detective. Willem, right. Huh. I guess Tolly's entitled to his opinion. So, Willem was the buyer. And unless I missed my...
Detective! I was just not thinking about you.
You really don't know who needs this elixir?
You're the detective. Have fun.
Willem was... I was pretty sure Willem hung around here. No idea why. I don't think he ever drove a car. The rear view, you see. He's never been a fan.
God, it itches like mad.
I probably shouldn't be drinking random potions like this, but something told me I now had the keys to victory.
I didn't think that was... I thought about not the best conversation. I thought I would... I didn't see the need.
Willem was a strange kind of guy, and I was qualified in strange kind of guys. We got on okay. Hey, Willem.
Detective Fabien. How's the case of the missing street sign?
Oh, I solved that a week ago. It wasn't about where the sign was, it was that the street itself had moved. The two are reunited and happy as bluebirds. I wanted to talk to you about something else. You know anything about alchemy and thin bloods? I mean, the skill they have to whip up lotions and potions. I'm not suggesting we put anyone in a juicer just yet.
Alchemy detective? You know I don't go in for that kind of thing.
Memory potions, Willem? To spring clean your memory palace? Maybe add an east wing and a pool? That'd be useful to you, right?
I suppose so. I might have used them.
You'd remember. That is the whole point. Come clean, buddy. Your noggin's always overflowing, and you're indulging in a bit of chemical expansion. It's not a sin.
Well, it's important, Fabien. There's so much to remember. Names, numbers, dates.
I tell you, there are a few dates I would love to forget.
I gotta keep myself sharp. Why does this matter to you?
You got the potions from Dale, your ghoul. He's currently pinned up to a crossbeam by someone who's into very heavy metal. Oh, and his head is missing.
His head? Fabien, what do you mean? Do you think I killed him? Well, how could I kill him?
You couldn't have killed him, buddy. Compared to our killer, you're weak as a noodle.
He's weak as a noodle. There's no way he did this. But he was on the scene, and that's all we have right now. I mean, look at him. He's cooling his heels. Anything else before you go in?
So, the victim. What else do we know?
What are you talking about? We know that it's a pain in the ass, if that's what you mean. That hive had so much locked up in his skull. With Rosalind gone too, we'll be trying to pick up on pieces that only Isaac knew.
Yeah. Isaac. I knew that. Yeah. I was just testing. Theorizing. Extemporizing.
You can do that in the privacy of your own haven. Get it together. There's work to do here.
Remind me about the crime scene?
Fabien, we just talked about this. Same method. Vic and that goddamn sword crossed. He doesn't get those. Nothing special about the apartment. Nothing.
Okay, boss. I'll deal with it.
All right. I'll be listening. But let me know if you...
Time to go poke the suspect.
Here he was, pale, sort of sweaty. Something bugged me about him, but I couldn't put my finger on it. Hello there, pal. I hear you had a bad start to your night.
A hell of a thing, Detective. A hell of a thing.
Says here Willem Axel. Don't I know you?
I don't know how you could.
Huh. Strange how memory plays tricks. But anyway, lay it out for me.
What do you want to know?
Tell me why we picked you up.
Don't you know?
I'm the one asking the questions here.
I guess wrong place, wrong time. Your boys in blue thought I was something to do with this killing.
Who what?
Huh? It's just a friend. There's no law about that, right? I'm happily married.
Did you know the victim?
Just in passing.
You knew Isaac? How?
I only met him that night. I'd been sent with a package for him, that's all.
Who by?
By my boss, Lou Graham.
Really?
No.
And he wasn't dead when you gave him the package?
No, we talked and then I left.
Does your wife know where you are?
She knows I have business tonight. She's used to me working late.
They do. Some people I don't see for months or years, but when we meet up, they still don't seem too happy about it. Did you see anything?
No.
Right, and I was the Emperor of China. Right, and I'm the Emperor of China.
I didn't, I swear.
You're sweating like a ham in a steamer there, fella. Come on, buddy, spill the beans. You saw something.
I got nothing to say, Detective. Honest.
He knew all right, and I'd make him sing, even if I needed to pry his skull open and look inside. So tell me about you. What's your business?
I'm nobody important, Detective. I work as a bookkeeper.
Accountant?
Yeah, that's right.
So why are you...
I'm not feeling well, but also because I...
Sure, I get that. Lots of people who work... Hey, fella,
I'm sorry, I can't...
He was yanking my chain. I just... Let's see what's going on in here. They never told me what the embrace would really mean. Ha! Willem had seen the killer. It was right at the top of his mind. Time to put on the thumbscrews. I got a few more questions.
Sure, Detective.
You're just like me, a goddamn kindred, a vampire, a bloodsucker.
No, it's not what you think.
It absolutely is what I think. Did you off Isaac?
No, he offed me. I mean, Isaac. I went to him to be made over into a vampire. Some deal he did with Lou, and well, we.
The two of you did the deed. I get it. Oh, your face hasn't done the,
What do you mean?
Oh, never mind. No, you'll find out. So, then you cut his head off and ran him through with rebar? Was that part of the deal?
No, it wasn't me. I didn't see. I was recovering and I didn't see anything. I swear.
We both know you saw something. Something to do with the killer? You're scared of him, right? This guy kills and kills, buddy. You give me a name, I can protect you.
Okay, listen. I did that thing with
Feels dirty, don't it? But I get you. Takes it out of you and puts it right back in.
That's it. Isaac was listening to the wireless. I was sitting recovering off in the corner. Heard footsteps and in comes this guy.
You got eyes on him, right?
Not really. It was dark. Isaac had turned the light off. He was tall, had a hat.
What kind of hat?
Kinda like yours. Taller than you, though. Or maybe a bit shorter. His eyes caught the light. Kinda weird. And I could hear him breathing. Sorta controlled, like he'd come a distance but was trying not to.
Oh ho! Breathe, did he? That is the first goddamn useful thing you said. Confirms he's not a dead man walking. So then what happened?
He comes up behind Isaac. Isaac still hasn't noticed. And then he pulled out this sort of long rod from a golf bag over his back, and he stabbed Isaac straight through his spine from behind. It came out front. It came out front. God, who can do that? Who could do that to anyone? All the air came out of him like a...
Inner tube stabbed by a pry bar? I'm guessing? Kind of like a... But you didn't see his face? Hands? Anything?
I saw his hands as he just reached out and he grabbed the side of Isaac's head and he just...
Pop goes the weasel, huh? So, our man is strong, real strong. But he breathes like a mortal. That is not good news. I gotta take this to my boss.
What should I do now?
Go see Lou. She's the one who landed you in this mess. She takes care of people, they said, depending on how you interpret the words take care of. Anyhow, I've got to figure out who's the one going...
Oh, goodbye.
I'm certain we'll meet again, Mr. Willem.
Ryong? Where am I?
No longer splattered across the pavement, for one. You're in Weaver Tower.
How?
Tolly found you, brought you back. He's handling cleanup as we speak.
What did you do?
Not now, Safia.
He was my... Willem. He was as close to a friend as I had, and he... and you...
Excuse her. Tonight's events caused some distress, and she's not alone. Campbell's records are part of the machinery that keeps the city running. Or at least, they were. So I'm gonna need an explanation.
Willem's hand was forced by one he called the Gardener. I tried to save him, but...
The Gardener? Who?
Willem used my mark against me, just as Isabella did. There can be no question. These are not isolated cases. There are no coincidences. This is the work of the Sabbat.
No. No! No! Willem would never... He would never...
He would, because he was. I do not know what else to tell you. He had clothed himself in dynamite. Someone else caused it to detonate. Someone who was not present. I could not have prevented it.
This... Gardener... I need to think. You will return tomorrow night. In the meantime, see what you can do to smooth things over. Safia, you have work to do?
Of course, my prince.
Poor Safia. She truly was fond of Willem. You should maybe go see her. Leave that wound untended, it might fester. You'll want to check in with Tolly too, seeing as he gave you the tip. This time of night, he's usually at the Dutchman. And I wonder what the Anarchs make of this. Dropping in at the hole in the wall couldn't... Safia's still likely working in her lab. Hopefully she's holding up okay after the Willem fiasco. But you're good with her. She could use that.
Ah, hello, Fire.
About Willem. Safia, I am sorry.
You never promised you would save him. It was an impossible task. I shouldn't have asked. It was unfair of me, and I just got so angry with you. I'm sorry, love, for blaming you. I didn't know what to do. I miss him, Fire. I grieve for him. But now... now I walk alone in the darkness again. And
I understand. And do not blame you.
Thank you. I learned something, you know? About the mark. The symbols? The script is from Old Enochian. They talk of binding, weakening. At the core of it, I couldn't quite find the match. Not exactly. But there's been talk amongst the Anarchs. Fire. What they said? I don't like what it suggests.
What was it they said?
After you woke, you spoke of the old sect, the Sabbat.
I did. I know it of old, and Isabella used that name. The Black Hand is here in Seattle.
To even be associated with such a thing, I mean, what was she thinking?
Do you think the Sabbat gave me this mark?
I know a way we can confirm it. I told you I couldn't find a match, and that's true. Not, at least in my books. But there are others. It's just, they are forbidden, such is the nature of the material.
I see. Forbidden books. And you expect me to retrieve them?
I see no other way. They were confiscated decades ago by Lou.
And you are certain that these books will provide my answers?
As much as I can be, yes. Luke, Graham, and I... If I am the one to ask, she will say no. It must be you, my love.
Very well.
Thank you. I have to finish off here. Then I will return to Wake the Dead, do my studies. I will see you there.
Sounds like we're headed to the glacier, my love.
Be quiet.
There's no shame. I'm sure you got plenty going for you, being the Nomad and all.
Do you know what happened between Safia and Lou?
Well, Lou's done a lot of folks dirty in her time. Safia's just worse at hiding how she feels about it. I'd forgotten that's how I met Willem. Losing his sire to the Rebar killer.
Willem's gardener is the one behind these dreams.
It does seem so, doesn't it? Sunflowers and riddles. Trying to make me remember. What? After so long, time starts to squeeze, juicing out the pulp. But you know that better than I. Wonder how Nick's got along with your menu recommendations. Reckon Lou will be in a good mood?
She did not strike me as predictable.
Yeah.
Fire! How unexpected. Is this business or leisure?
Has the standard of your catering improved?
Significantly. Whatever you told the stray worked wonders. A veritable feast for the senses. You know, just last night, she brought me the most darling young boy. An actor with a face like chiseled marble. Attended Juilliard. I couldn't pronounce his last name, but oh, he was quite the dish.
Last time we spoke, we talked of matters usually prohibited by the Camarilla. It has since come to my attention that certain texts once existed on these topics. Texts you confiscated. Will you reveal them to me?
And why would I do such a thing? Surely you, Tremere, already possess all the knowledge you could need.
The mark on my hand. I believe this may hold an answer.
I see. So, this is personal for you. I do possess the texts you seek. They're hidden in the crypts beneath St. Stephen's Church. You may borrow them.
Well, that was a mite easy. Where's the catch?
There is some trick, some complication. It is perhaps guarded by a dragon?
Not at all, dear. This is simply your due for your fine work on my behalf.
I serve Prince Ryong Choi, not Lou Graham.
But of course, my dear. Just you keep believing that. Now, you should run along. Just make sure that the desert is rust and ochre, and the goddess of wine and honey decays into dotage. She does not see the feast in preparation, nor the 13th guest, as the cuckoo calls it to sup. Cuckoo! Cuckoo!
And who is the cuckoo?
The uninvited guest. The burrower in skin. The broken bread dressed with stone and iron.
Where is the cuckoo?
In the broken places. In the city of the East. A hand before. A world behind.
A city in the East. Is this the beckoning? Are you called there, Lou?
Oh, again. Oh, it happened again. Leave me, Nomad. Leave me!
Very well. We will talk again.
Sounds like we've got some grave robbing to do. St. Stephen's. St. Stephen's. I reckon I was there not long ago. Not for books, though. As for Lou's episode, you've seen her vulnerable. She won't take kindly to that. Here we are. The crypt is down in the foundations through the church itself. I guess where you'd expect to find a crypt, right?
You tell me. It is your religion.
Well, I mean, I don't really call myself a... Yeah, never mind. I know what you mean. the tits off a frog. Now, where would Lou store her unmentionables?
We should check these crates. Come over here.
Oh, these bozos again.
Not so close. You've got rat breath. Just focus. Books, papers, whatever you can find.
Soon shall the sleepers awake to a new world.
How I long for another taste. There.
Hey! Hey!
Reckon that's the goods. Let's get them back to Safia.
Come on out, chicken.
Yes!
Let me be hope. What a tale.
Right. Well, we can deliberate about that and what it means later. For now, we should get back to Safia before more turn up. So, were we followed? Or did Lou send those idiots after us? She knew where we were headed. Makes no sense, though. I'd lay odds those boneheads were the same flavor as Adrian. Feels like someone else has got eyes on us.
Fucking cops think they own the place.
I will shoot you! Don't think I won't!
was that? What the hell?
You came. Do you have the texts?
Here.
Yes. This looks right. Het alanam estovishnam. These will take time. To study, I mean.
Take all the time you need. It is not as if I can wither from age.
It won't be quite so long as that, but I guess we'll see. And I spoke to Ryong. She asked to see you tomorrow night. First thing. To say what? I don't know. I do worry we've been too open with this. I mean, we haven't been careful enough. What if Lu somehow found out what your marks meant? That they could be tied to the Sabbat? Who knows what she would demand of Ryong if she thought you a threat. The old prince has ways of controlling her chowder, making them do things they would not usually do.
Lu is strong, yes. But I am stronger still. If it comes to it, I do believe I would prevail.
With all respect, your strength, it's still not what it was. No offense, of course. But, if you say so. I should get on with my reading. Not that I don't want you to hear, I do, but, you know.
Let me know when you have something.
I...
Makes sense to see Tali, after his little tip went so far off the rails.
Alrighty, that looks like a good place to stop. Make sure to hit the like button, make sure to subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next video.